So let's start. Today we will start ecosystems. Okay. Now, anything that surrounds and influences the life of an organism is called environment. So what is our environment? Our environment is the door, the window. The ones who are living in the coastal areas, their environment is the sea and the ocean. And the ones who are living in the mountains consist of their environment. And the ones who are living underwater, no, humans do not live underwater. That doesn't mean other animals also do not live underwater. They live underwater, and so their environment consists of the sails, the snow, the snakes, the seahorses, the fish, etc., etc. Even our parents compose an environment of us, or our family composed of an environment that is creating around us. Now this environment, this huge environment, or the world, this huge environment can be divided into two things: biotic and abiotic. Now what are they? We learn all this later. Okay. Now what are biotic components? Biotic components include, biotic components, they are of three types: producers, consumers, and decomposers. Now I need to tell you the meaning of what is biotic component. Okay. Biotic means that the thing that is living things are known as biotic components, and abiotic components is the non-living ones. They are known as the abiotic components. I hope you understand. Only green plants can prepare food by the process of photosynthesis, hence they are only producers. Why? Because green plants have chlorophyll. Non-green plants cannot produce food, and so they are not called producers, they are called consumers. Okay? Next, organisms that eat the food prepared by the producers are called consumers or heterotrophs. No, not heterotrophs. Oh, sorry, I'm very sorry. Okay, so these consumers are called heterotrophs. So they are called producers or autotrophs. Okay, another name for them, autotrophs. That means autotrophs means they can prepare food on their own, but heterotroph means they will take food from others. That's the meaning. Okay, all animals and human beings fall under this category. Now some of you might be thinking that human beings is a separate group of organisms. No, organisms are divided into only two types: plants and animals. And human being is an animal. Okay, human being is an animal. Okay, next, the series of organisms which are linked with each other through a process of eating and being eaten is known as a food chain. Okay, so this example I will give you later. Before that, let's come to decomposers. Decomposers are microorganisms like bacteria and fungi that feed upon dead bodies of plants or animals and break them down into simpler substances. Now what do you think? Does food chain look like a chain? No, food chain doesn't look like a chain. Many have this false implementation. It looks like a circular chain. See, here we have the autotrophs who are producing the food. Okay, next, the autotrophs are eaten by the herbivores are eaten by the carnivores, and both these things are eaten by the omnivores, and then all these autotrophs, heterotrophs, carnivores, and all these are eaten by the decomposers, and then again the process continues. So next, so now what is this? Now you have learnt about the food chain already. We have learnt about the food chain, right? Now we will learn about the food web, another basic component, that is the food web. Now what do you think, what happens in nature usually? Now what do you think, what happens in nature usually? Food chain or food web? The answer is food web. How? That I will say you in this video only. The interconnection interlocking pattern of food chain is known as food web. That means you see, suppose I take a tree, suppose I take rice, okay, rice is a plant, okay. Rice is eaten by a human being also, and it's eaten by insect also. Insects doesn't infect our agriculture, right? So they are eaten by insects also. And then now you see, insects are eaten by frog also, and they are eaten by snake also, and this frog are also eaten by snake. So you see, there's an interlinking, right? So that's why the snake are eaten by, snake are eaten by a hawk, okay, hawk. So you understand, right? So this is a food wave. That means you can see many. So you can see many interlinkings of food chain taking place to make a food web. That means many food chains. Suppose this food chain plus this food chain plus this food chain equal to a food web. Okay. Next, what we have is see. Next we have the pyramid of number shows the relationship in terms of number. Okay, producers, consumers, and carnivores. Now, what do you think? Which one is the more least? The least is carnivore. Okay. So if there are only 3 producers present in the world and 2 consumers and 1 carnivore should be present, because you can see carnivore doesn't need only one food in his or her whole life, right? Needs other food also. So if this is less, then it will exhaust very soon, and they all will exhaust, and the world would be destroyed. Okay, so that's why. Abiotic components include light, temperature, air, water, and soil. All these we see in our environment, right? Then biotic components together form a system called the ecosystem. Okay. So a forest is an example of a natural ecosystem. What can we give an example? The forest. Okay. Next, the energy flow through an ecosystem in a one-way traffic for which a constant of external supply of energy from the sun is needed. So this is known as the energy wave. Okay. So in energy wave, just add the sun and the food chain. So sun plus food chain gives you the energy chain. Okay. Next we have what are the different types of interdependence. Now interdependence are of different modes. So what are they? First of all, we have 3 types. Okay. Symbiosis, parasitism, and predation. Okay. So I'll explain you with every one of this, but before that, see, plants and animals are dependent upon each other for their survival and maintaining a balance in nature. This is further explained by various examples in interdependence of plants. Please watch that, plants and animals. Please watch that video, class 5. Okay. So symbiosis. Now what is symbiosis? You take help from someone, and someone gives you you take help from someone and you help the other person. What is parasitism is only you take the help, and what is predation is you take the help, but that is from a dead person. Okay, that's predation. Thank you. Now you see, now the terms to know, will come to that. So what are the terms to know? Ecosystem, a system of interacting biotic and abiotic components of the environment. You'll understand. Autotrophs, the living food that can manufacture food. Okay. Next the heterotrophs, living organisms that depend on the food prepared by autotroph. Now food series of organisms which are linked with each other through a process of eating and being eaten. Okay. So that means what happens? They are being eaten, and first they are eating and then they are being eaten by someone else. That's food chain. Okay, what is food web? Interconnected interlocking patterns of food chain. Means many food chains form a food web. What is flora? Flora is all the plants. Okay. Fauna, all the animals. Okay. Crown, the part of a tree above the stem and has branches. Suppose this is a tree. This part is known as the crown. Okay. I cannot draw well, but please try to understand. Okay. Next, the canopy. Now I'll show you the canopy, the roof or the cover formed by the branches of the tree in the upper region. Now see, the tree has different kinds of branches, and these branches from the canopy. Okay, these are usually terms you will learn in the equatorial rainforest. Okay. Next, the symbiosis, association between symbiotic components. So you are helping others, and others are also helping you. That is the symbiosis. Okay. Next, please, Sarifa, don't do this.
I am not doing this.
Now see, this I have already shown this in class 6 also, but still I'll show once more. In class 5 also I have seen once. Please go on, Sarifa. What are you doing, Sarifa? Plant takes in carbon dioxide. Plant takes in carbon dioxide. No, see, the animal is releasing the. This is one of the best example of plants and animals interaction. Okay, you see the animal is releasing carbon dioxide. Then the plant is taking carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis is taking place, and then the plant produces oxygen as a byproduct, you can see, and the animal takes in oxygen, and the cycle continues. Okay, next we have the cycling of nutrients by a decomposer. Now see, now see, the leftovers of a plant and animal both are going to the decomposers, and then the nutrients are being released in the soil, and plants are taking it, and animals are taking the food prepared by the plants. Okay, next one, the pyramid of number depicts the relationship in terms of the number of. Please, Sarifa, don't do it. Please.
What am I doing?
No, you are doing yours.
These students see what are you doing?
Please don't do this. Sarifa, please.
Why?
Pyramid of number. You can see the producers are the maximum, and then you can see the primary consumer, and then the secondary consumer, and then the narrow one, and then the please keep quiet, and then the tertiary consumers. So you can see here. Sorry. So here you can see. So here what can you see? Here you can see this is the minimum number, then the maximum number, and then the maximum number, and then number 4 is the maximum. So pyramid of number depicts the relationship in the terms of the number of producers. So herbivores and carnivores and their successive trophic levels. Okay, trophic levels, what are they? The levels in which organisms stay. There is a decrease in number from the lower to the higher trophic levels. I have already explained you why. Okay, so this was our video. Thank you.